Hello there, everyone. We're going to do a quick walkthrough here of how you can use the Pygame map builder and how you can use it in code. So I've already got the file downloaded here in my folder here, so we'll go ahead and copy that. I'm going to open my terminal up and cd into it, and then I'll run the main file inside of it. So I need to give it the tile width and height. This is basically the size of the textures. So all of my textures are 16 by 16, so that works great. And then we'll go with 5 by 5. This is how many tiles across and how many tiles high your map itself is. Let's go ahead and give it a name too. We'll call it level 1. And we'll select some textures here. We'll use grass, tall grass, and water. We'll create the map. Now in this map here, let's go ahead and put some grass in it. Maybe I've got a little lake down here. And some tall grass there. Great. Let's go ahead and add an entrance tile. Now this is an entrance tag, and what this is going to do, we'll go ahead and do an exit tag too. Now you can name these whatever you want. These are strictly for you. The program doesn't do anything with these on its own. These are to help you identify tiles based on what you want to call them as opposed to their texture. So you could find a tile based on what its texture is or its position, but to make things super easy and simple for you as a programmer, you might not always know the actual width and height. Let's say I have 4 or 5 different maps, all for the same game. Well, they'll all need an entrance and an exit for my game. Let's say it's a roguelike, right? They all need an entrance and an exit. So we want to place the player at the entrance, and once they hit the exit, move on to the next map. So instead of trying to keep track of maybe a list of all those values, you can actually give them tags inside of the map loader, and then your file, let's go ahead and output it to the file. Your file, which we have named a handy dandy map.hr. Let's open this with Notepad. Here we go. Okay. So your file here will keep track of that. So you notice we have an entrance and 3 exit. Okay, now I have a little example project here. Let's just go ahead and make sure that we're loading the right one. So here's my example game. Let's pull up this. And here's the folder that we were looking at. So we just made level 1, so it'll automatically populate your main folder here, the one you downloaded off of GitHub, with the map that you wanted to create. I'm going to drag that into my example game. We'll add the folder to the workspace. Boom, boom. Let's get it in the example game. Okay, well, now we have all sorts of fun, weird issues. Okay, let's do this. We want to get rid of map because it is not where I want it to be at all. Okay, so now what we want to do is drag our map folder. So that's our level 1 here. We're going to drag this into my example game project. So we'll just drag that in there. And when I'm calling my map builder loader, now you'll notice I have a file in here called mapbuilderloader.py. And what this file does is it gives you a whole bunch of code. You don't need to touch any of this. It'll do it for you. That'll load your file. So I have to import it. This is how I prefer to import it. You might not. And then, oh, excuse me. And then you have to create a class called MapLoader. So we're calling the MapLoader class, and I've gone ahead and named it MapLoader. And it requires 3 arguments. It's going to take the folder that you want to pass through, your map, what the screen is called, so I've named it screen, pass the screen variable through, and scale. Now by default this is 1, I'm going to use 6. Okay, now the map I want to pass through is actually called level 1. Now down here I've actually grabbed 3 tiles. Now by default, your map loader class that you create has find tiles by tag, which always creates a list because it's expecting to find more than 1. However, we know that entrance is only going to find 1 because there's only 1 entrance tag in the game. So I've told it, okay, go in that list and just grab the first one. So this is a pointer to a list of 2 tiles that both have the tag exit. This one is a pointer to 1 tile that has the tag exit. or entrance, I'm sorry. Now I can display my map by calling maploader.displayMap, and then I'm looping through my exit tiles here and checking if that tile collides with, this is another function inside of Map Builder Loader, my mouse. And if it does, I'm asking the map loader to outline that tile. So the first variable is what tile I would like to outline, and then the color I want to outline it with. I've done the same with entrance. Notice this one's not in a for loop because entrance is a tile itself, not a list of tiles. Okay, let's go ahead and give this a run. It's a pretty simple program. All it does is highlights the entrance and exits when you put your mouse on them. Okay, so that's it. Not a super comprehensive video here, just kind of quickly running through what it can and can't do. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments or reach out to me on GitHub. But that's it. There should be a few more updates in the future, fixing some visual stuff. But I think it's about complete. Unless somebody has an idea that makes a lot of sense to add into it, please let me know. Thanks, guys.